In tonight's video, let's talk about how undefeated we can be through Christ. Because through Christ, we are more than conquerors. See, here's the thing about it. When you're part of the kingdom of God, you will not lose. Even if it seems that way, you will never be conquered. You will never lose. Because when you have Jesus Christ, you're undefeated. You're untouchable. You're unstoppable. No one can come against God and His people and win. And there's seasons of life where God allows you to be afflicted by your enemies for a period of time. And it may appear as if just God wasn't fighting for you and God wasn't giving you the power and the authority and the dominion that you need to overcome your enemies. But all along, it was just God's strategy. It's His strategy. It's just the way God works. God's ways just seem different, and because He knows what's going on, He knows everything from the beginning to the end. And it's hard for us as human beings to go through that process and think the right way about it. And I understand because I've been through it. I've been through nothing but war for nearly 40 years. So I understand what it's like to have to go through all these problems and enemies and get bit by snakes and scorpions and get, attacked by lions and gorillas, and you're in the jungle for a long time and you're wondering, when are you ever going to make it? When you're going to get to your destiny? When are you going to finally get to see that victory, that independence, that liberation? Because I can understand what that feels like. Because I had to deal with generations before me that has never even made it. So I have to be the one that has to make it for my family. I have to be the one that has to be the pioneer, that has to lead the way, to go through the burdens that everyone else before me in my bloodline that couldn't even handle it. So just rest assured that you are not alone. You always have victory through Christ. And sometimes it just takes a long time. And you're going to have to be in that valley, in that darkness, in that affliction, in that war field, wondering when it's ever going to end. Is it ever going to get better? Did God really lead me like this? Trust me, I know what that feels like. But just know one thing. God has given you the victory from the very beginning. God doesn't leave people like that. It's such an amazing feeling when you finally get that victory. When God finally makes it right, it feels amazing. It's something that I can't even explain because it's something you have to feel. It feels amazing when God finally comes through for you, because the reason why God came through for you is because you did the work. You did what you had to do. You became who you were supposed to become. You completed the mission, right? That seemed like it was going to destroy you. You passed every single test that has been thrown your way. And because of that, God came through. And when God came through for you, it was the most amazing feeling that you could ever feel, is when God finally just sets the record straight. He sets the record straight. And He drives out your enemies. He puts an end to all your problems that have been afflicting you for so many years. In some cases, for some people, it's been decades and even generations. And here we are in the promised land. We walked on dry ground. We walked on dry ground in the Red Sea and the Jordan River. And we looked back and we saw our enemies drowning with all their chariots, all Pharaoh's army. Now we get to defend the promised land and bless the promised land for the kingdom of God and for His glory and for His people amongst the nations of the earth. It feels good to be part of the kingdom, but it comes with a heavy price. It's a price that most people are not willing to pay. And it makes sense why so many people don't make it to the promised land, because it was such a difficult process. It comes with a price to be blessed. Yes, it feels good to have all those blessings. Yes, it feels great to be on top of the world. But it didn't feel good to go through what most people cannot handle. We make it look like we didn't go through anything, because that's how tough we had to be. That's how strong of a human being that we had to be along this process. People don't understand what you had to go through, but God does. So who cares what people think? Who cares if people thought of you the wrong way? What matters is God understands what you've been through. He understands everything about you. And that's all that matters. It's what God thinks. It's about the kingdom of God. And we reign supreme for the glory of God and His people. We will never be defeated. We will never be conquered. We rise for the glory of God, no matter what we go through. And now we get to be the light in this dark world. We get to shine our light to so many other people. We get to be the solution and not the problem in this dark world. And on this Sunday night, I encourage you, go out there and show the world who you are.